to Charlatan Chess. Here we've got a few games of me playing against Tim, a strong member of our chess group. Here he begins with the London system, Tim's signature opening with the white pieces, and here you'll see my signature way of facing the London system in just a moment. But Tim lashes out with a quick attack. Here we go, bishop a6. This is what I like to do against the London system to try to trade off this light squared bishop. Tim in this game denies me the ability to trade it off, but in that case, my bishop has a fantastic diagonal restricting his king. Here he goes for a fishing pole trap. I cannot take that knight on g5. That would just allow him to have a mating attack. So I continue development. Brings his queen in. Here Tim goes for a really interesting line where he sacrifices a knight to fork my king and queen. I couldn't really afford to accept the sacrifice, but I find this interesting intermezzo of taking his bishop anyways on f4 because I'm attacking his queen. The best move here for him would have been to take my knight and just be up that pawn that he took on e6. However, you'll see what Tim decides to do instead. And here I'm threatening rook e1 checkmate, and here I got it off. Tim missed that one. It was a good game though. Now on to game two. I have the white pieces and Tim has the black pieces, and we're going to see the black lion opening from Tim, which is his favorite response to e4. You can see how I like to deal with it. Bring my king over to the queen side, and here I have a really nice structure. I've got a lot more space than he has. All my pieces are developed. Here I'm able to win a pawn. Getting a little bit of counterplay with getting his rook in there. I decide to attack the bishop to encourage him to trade it for the knight. Which he does. Take back with the bishop because my knight is really helping to hold down the center. Here we see the bishops get traded off. Here he has to trade rooks because otherwise I'll pick up the knight on h7. And here I was looking at taking on c6, but of course he plays c5. Really good move there to shut down my ability to infiltrate. Now here, I'll let the actual video play for this moment.
No, wait. Check. Terrible. Yeah, it is terrible. It's terrible. That is terrible. All right.
So from checkmate in one move to back to equality, and then I made one more move and I blundered this fork here in a moment, and that was the end of game two. Tim took the win on that one. Here we've got another bout in the London system where I'm still going for my bishop a6 line and he's still kind of going for tricks, but in this one we actually do trade the bishops off. He doesn't allow it to persist on a6 where it will restrict his king. grab that outpost with my knight. For those that may not know, an outpost in chess is a square in the opponent's territory that cannot be attacked by an opponent's pawn. So they're really good squares for knights to sit on. Here I'm able to attack his queen with my other knight, and I'm looking at both my knights near his king, and I'm thinking there's some attack potential in there. So I spend some time. I ultimately bring my knight back. Now this move was a tough decision for me to trade that outposted knight for that knight on d2, but the computer did agree with me on that one, that was the best move there. I didn't want him to take my knight and then damage my structure when I recaptured, so that was kind of how I decided to do it. Here I'm just trying to simplify a bit. He could have played queen e2 here, threatening checkmate. But instead he ends up pulling his bishop back to h2, which I happily trade it, because that's what I wanted to do anyways. And in this case, it pulls his rook to h2, where it can then be tempoed by my queen, so I get to activate my queen, and he can no longer castle kingside. He does go queen e2 to threatening checkmate. I was on the lookout on the previous move for that, so I play g6 to defend it, and then he does save his rook. I break in the center. I'm able to recapture with check. And around here, I liked my position, but we'll see how the game unfolds from here. Queen b5 was the best move by him. It was the only move to keep equality, so it's a really good find by him. Now I have to decide how I should defend that b pawn, or if I should let it go. So I spent quite a bit of time here trying to find the move that was best. I ultimately played queen d6 because I saw his rook coming to e1, and I figured I at least didn't want it to come to tempo, or this move that he does as well, rook e3. Here I tried to trade off the knights and get these pawns in the center connected, and here I just made a complete oversight trying to flag him that I hung that pawn on e6. So here I end up in a pretty bad endgame, but I'm way up on the clock. He's down to like his last 10 seconds here, and I have over a minute remaining. So I'm just trying to make moves quickly that are a little bit complicated. Here though, he makes a smart decision to double the rooks, and I sort of have to trade even though I'm down some pawns. And so at this point, my only hope is to flag him. And I managed to do so. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and check out some more Charlatan Chess videos coming soon. Thank you.